No, actually, we didn't even get a chance for the heart to be going because we were just like discussing our second place, our runner-up winner. Now, a lot of you know, like, we'll wait for y'all to get here, but today we have a special live stream because not only are we doing our regular ASE test questions, but we're also announcing the winner of our Jan Fan competition. So we'll be announcing that. About halfway through the stream. But we had a major dilemma. Like, so it was almost easier when we only had to pick one winner. Now that we were like, Hunter Industrial was so excited with all the entries that we had so many, like, y'all overwhelmed us with entries, and because of that they said, well, you know what, we'll give another fan to the runner-up. We're like, oh man, now we've got like
two winners,
but now like we could not choose. So we're actually going to play our two runner-up, our second favorites. I mean, they're all our favorites. They're amazing.
They all took the time to actually either do photos or videos. Some are real creative.
Some are really.
Some of them just need a fan, and we understand that.
A lot of people need a fan. We didn't realize how many people need fans out there.
It must be hot. It's not everybody's in Texas, but in Texas we only fans. So it's up to y'all to pick the second place winner.
Yes.
We're gonna show y'all who they are. We're gonna give you a 1 and a 2, and in the comments, either here or Instagram or wherever, to get a hold of Shop Mama you want, or here leave a comment of 1 or 2, and that tells us y'all's pick. And we're gonna let y'all pick.
We're all gonna let y'all pick our second place. Yeah, we can't. So, we've narrowed it down, and that's enough. Okay. Oh my gosh! Already I'm seeing so many of our regulars. Oh my gosh! Hi Terry. Oh my gosh! Wait! Did I see Brian? Yes, Brian's in the room.
Timers.
Oh. We've been officially reminded to start the chicken timer. That means that happy hour has officially commenced. So I've got some wine.
I'm sorry. Hold on, I have to correct you. We can't have officially commenced until Charles tells you how many degrees to move the camera.
Oh,
shoot. I don't see Charles.
Charles,
pour your drink. We'll get ready for Charles.
We're ready.
Terry, I don't know if Terry's here, but thank you from Germany.
Terry is here.
Terry, thank you.
Who wants me to say hi to them? I can't really see. Is that Pat? Oh, Barry. Hi, Barry. Welcome to the live stream. So some of you I'm seeing a lot of new names in the chat today. Oh, hi, Scott. I'm seeing a lot of new people in the chat today. So for those of you who are new, welcome. We are streaming live from Hill Country Performance and Machine, right outside of the wonderful city of San Antonio, Texas. We're in the Hill Country because we're amazing in the Texas Hill Country. And our live streams tend to consist of regular like shop talk, things that we notice, things that we like, sort of positive shop talk, like encouraging y'all in the industry, keeping y'all honest, keeping y'all humble, keeping ourselves honest and humble, a little bit of shop therapy, and of course
a lot of shop therapy for us. So let's
we should be officially paying you all for our. Oh wait, has it been official? Do we have has Charles told us how much we've got to move the camera yet?
While I wait.
We have so many regulars that are here. We've missed you guys.
And we've heard that y'all miss us too, so thank you. That's kind of humbling. Just that you want to hear my mug. That's I'm humbled. Okay, so let's give them their first. Cause y'all have now work to do.
Yes. We've already picked our first place winner, and no one can convince us. No one can change our minds for our first place winner. Yes. However, that's a good plan. Let's start out with showing our two runner-ups so that you can help us decide. Okay.
One's a video and one is still photos. So just like I said, you didn't have to do a video, and one of them was photos.
Was photos, and it was really good. All right. So the first one is coming from AMC Hornet Girl.
I don't know how to make it go sideways, but
you can.
We can. Okay, but.
Hey, and SA Henrietta is here.
Should I turn the volume up?
Oh, turn the volume up.
We'll give them another heads up. Oops, sorry.
You can tell we're really organized.
We are always organized.
Technology is our friend.
It's been in the 90s all week.
Look at that fan!
Also a tropical rainforest pretty much, so we could really use a new fan.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh my god! Look at that!
Hi, I'm Leela. That's Chris.
Mr. Fan.
And over there is our other really terrible fan that we're trying to cool our whole garage.
Wow, and also like
in Kentucky, where it's been in the 90s all week, and it's also a tropical rainforest pretty much, so we can really use a new fan. Thanks.
All right, so that's one of the.
I love that one because he's got like Chris has the fan like right there, like blowing on his And I can relate to that. I used to have my, like, way before I got my Jan fan, I had this, like, hand-me-down Vornado fan, which, I mean, it was fine, but it was a hand-me-down because it was broken, and it would squeal terribly, and it was all that I had. So I would literally carry this thing around, and it was squealing in my ear as I was, like, carrying it around the shop. So I personally, like, really related to
you
Chris.
relate to
and
you
not,
understand
yes.
So Hunter Industrial wants to know if that's a fan or a boombox on your shoulder.
Maybe somebody should come up, Hunter. There you go, fan / boombox.
That's Fisher Price, my first fan.
That was Fisher Price, but that's maybe a boom with a fan in it. So here's the.
And our second one is a series of pictures. Our second runner-up choice is a series of pictures, and we loved this one too. And not just because I just realized that that's a forerunner. That's not the only reason why.
It's a
but
total
I
forerunner
love
right
this.
there.
This series of photos I just love. Look at that little fan, and there he is struggling and asking for help there. Oh my gosh! What is he looking for? Is 10 millimeters.
He's looking for 10 millimeter. It's 10 millimeter. And I will hold it as steady as I can or focus as we can. But there you go.
Yeah. I love the effort that was put into this one with this series of pictures. And so this is 210 Henrietta. Oh, who's local to San Antonio, Texas. I love that.
So today you're in the runner-up as well. Call all your friends and say, look, get on here and hit number 2. So you happen to be 210. So you're number 2, number 1, not in any order.
Yep.
And you all get to pick. At the end, we're going to tally up the numbers, whoever has more 1s or more 2s. So y'all also have a chance to call all your family friends. You may know a lot of people and throw in the numbers because we're right now. It's just whoever gets more numbers.
Whoever you let us know who should be the runner-up. But I love that because I really relate to like keeping the mosquitoes away. That's actually like the biggest thing that I use the Jan fan for right now.
I remember your Volkswagen story.
Oh my God, yeah, I can't even. It's
and
so
the
bad.
Jan fan worked. That's how you cleared the mosquitoes.
Yes, exactly.
She's a mosquito farmer now.
I'm an official mosquito farmer.
She's a chicken lady / mosquito farmer.
I was not trying to be.
No, but.
So, now that we've planted that seed, after every ASE test question, we're going to remind you of our 2 runners-up. So, we got a lot of votes already. Oh my God, we got a lot of votes already. So, all right, so we're going to move into our first ASE test question of the night. Oh my God, that's us.
There we go.
I look a little tired. I'm a little tired today. It's okay, people. It's okay. So, our first ASE test question of the day. Oh my God, look at how many votes we have. I love this.
Look at them go.
And there goes Shop Mom with her tally. She's scoring them all up. So, all right, she's counting every single one of you.
Jessica, everybody's here.
Oh, Jessica. Oh, everyone's here. I love this so much. Thank you all so much for participating. All right, so our first ASE test question of the day is going to be in the engine repair or A1 category. So, as you can imagine, we like this category quite a bit. And so I chose a series of questions that are going to be sort of all over the board. We've got a turbo question. We've got
air conditioning.
Air conditioning is my weakest subject. I'm terrible with AC.
Electrical.
Did we choose an electrical one? We thought about it, but we couldn't find one without a diagram.
Yes.
So we ended up doing an engine performance one.
Yeah. But there's one in every category so that your strong points can come out and y'all can actually help in the AC questions.
Oh God, yes. Well, I'll need all the help in the world of the AC questions. All right, so first we're starting out with A1 engine repair, and for those of you who ask where I get these questions from, this is not an official ASE study book, but it's the Del Mar ASE test preparation, and it does have the ASE logo. That's my sticker. This is the book that I'm reading from. I do highly recommend this book.
And look at the book. It is a study reference manual.
Yeah.
It is to be used.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't just put it on your shelf and go.
I use this a lot, but it's also very expensive. This book, I think I paid like $160 for, and I also got it used. I think the last time I saw it, it was like close to $200. So, I want to, if anyone's interested in this book, I don't make any money off of selling this, but the reason why I like to read the questions from it so you can see the value in purchasing this book if you want to.
And if it helps you pass the test, it really is well worth it because it does get you in the mindset of what ASE wants, because whatever reference you buy, no matter who you buy, it's not going to be the exact questions that are on the test.
No, you can't.
But you get an idea of of what they're asking, what they mean.
Exactly. I mean, there is a way to get official ASE tests
from them.
From them. But they're just like they're minuscule. Like you have to pay for them. I can't remember exactly what they are. I think they're like somewhere between $10 and $20, and it'll be like 10 questions, and they'll be like the ASE style test questions. But it's like, all right, they probably did that to write these questions.
And you're not paying $10 or $20. A bargain just to be here.
But you could if you wanted to. Anyway, Okay, so the first one from A1. So if you do have this book, I think actually I know Jessica has this book. So we're literally on page 1 here. Just open up the first page of the pre-test for the engine repair section. So here's a question. Question number 2 on page 1. On a port fuel injected engine, the cause of excessive black smoke in the exhaust could be A, low fuel pressure, B, an intake manifold vacuum leak, C, high oxygen sensor voltage, or D, high fuel pressure.
We're waiting for some of y'all to start throwing up. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So the first thing that I think is if I see black smoke, I'm like, it's running rich.
Excellent. That's a good. That's how you're going to start to figure this out.
Right.
It is running rich. Excessive fuel or lack of air, which means the same thing. Running rich.
Yes. Yes. So from
We're
there,
getting a lot of D's.
we're getting a lot of D's. Oh, awesome! I love that. Was my initial get. That was my initial thing is what I was going to go with. But then of course I'm an overthinker, so I start to question myself and I start to doubt it. Because I'm like, well, if I turn the fuel pressure up on my, my fuel pressure regulator, say I'm like my Supra, I'm still like, that doesn't mean that the injectors are necessarily going to put more fuel into the chamber. That just means that I'm getting more fuel up at a certain point.
Yes,
so,
they're gonna pulse at the same pulse rate, and it's gonna put a little more fuel because of the pressure. But if your system's working correctly, your O2 sensor is gonna lean it out.
It'll compensate it exactly. So like. That's another thing I was thinking. I was like, well, high oxygen sensor voltage. Well, maybe if the oxygen sensor readings are off, it's gonna make the car run more rich. But then I'm like, wait a second, if it's high voltage.
So now we got to start.
Yeah.
This is really cool because now
I'm an overthinker.
You have to. The oxygen sensor works on 12 volts, and now I got to remember: is it 2 to 3 volts means rich? Or 8 to 10 volts means. So now we got to start thinking. This is a really good question because.
Well, and which one? It says oxygen sensor, not air fuel ratio sensor.
Well, the oxygen sensor has a voltage, so it's going to get a voltage in and it's going to voltage out. So is it high that's rich or high that's low? I don't remember that part, but that could have something to do. That's why it's a trick question. Kind of not really trick because instantly I would go, oh yeah, but then I could be going, oh no, high voltage means lean. I don't remember. I think
high voltage means lean.
Okay, so they're saying high voltage.
Okay.
There you go. Help us out.
So once again, I can't remember because it's one of those things where.
You all know how an oxygen sensor works. 12 volts goes in, and depending what comes out of it, the computer senses. The computer doesn't know English language; it knows zeros and ones. So depending on the voltage that it gets back, it knows rich or lean. So that's why, but I just don't remember.
But also that gives feedback to the ECU, which then controls how much fuel actually gets used. So you could have bad oxygen sensor voltage, a bad reading, and it could, in theory, make the vehicle run more rich or more lean. So,
a 5-volt reference, yes.
A 5-volt reference, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so then what was the B?
So B is an intake manifold vacuum leak. So here's the thing, also. A lot of times really going with your gut. I mean, I think that despite my overthinking, I think I'm going to stick with my initial gut reaction, which was D, high fuel pressure, because I've got to think ASE right now. And ASE is a little bit living in the past, but also you've got to keep in mind, we're going to get 60 questions maybe on this test. Maybe only 45 of those are actually scored. And we've got an hour and a half to do this test, to finish this test. We've already exceeded the time that we should have spent on this question.
We should have moved on a time ago. Because some of them are test questions that they're just using for reference to see if they're going to add that to the next test. So
Jesus says, so if high voltage is lean, then the comp will want to richen up the ratio. So if
an intake vacuum leak could do the same thing.
Exactly. So you're reading it as super lean because you've got all that unmetered air coming in. Well, past the throttle body. Well, depending on
exactly right. Exactly what you're saying. All air should come through the throttle body. Should be metered. So he knows how much air comes in, how much fuel we give.
Then,
but an intake leak would be unmetered fuel.
Yep. So you're getting more air in. So the oxygen sensor might be like, oh my god, you're getting so much
more fuel.
Dump more fuel in. Ah! All right. So okay.
Do we get y'all confused on this one?
I'm already confused. Am I making anyone doubt their See, I'm an overthinker. That's my biggest problem. Okay, so shall we just?
And there's no all of the above.
Nope. I'm sticking with D. I'm sticking with D. What are you?
You're gonna stick with D?
I think so.
I'm gonna stick with. That works for me. D.
Okay. And I see a lot of D's. Oh, Natasha's in the room. Hi.
What does Kino Bonus say?
Okay, I see. Okay. See, I see a D. I see a C.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
And I see overwhelming D's though. I'm seeing overwhelming D's.
And one E, which I guess is Elaine.
Elaine, yeah, that's right.
Let's go with this.
Okay, all right. So we've got the
We're pulling the
pre-test.
trigger.
And so we're question 2.
Remember, if you get it wrong, take a drink.
Yeah, and if you get it right, take a drink. So no matter what, we all win.
Don't forget to take a drink.
D. All right.
I just went along with everybody. Hey, but y'all are smart.
Y'all are smart.
Because they instantly D came up really quick.
Yes.
And they would have moved on. Y'all would have all gotten that one correctly.
Overthinker.
And in the right way. Think it quick and move on. If you have a doubt, put a little check mark by it. Move on. When you're done, I got an extra 3 minutes. Go back and start tackling the ones that you didn't answer. Don't sit there like we just did. We wouldn't pass the test ourselves.
No, absolutely. We would have run out of time. So in that situation, what I would have done is marked it D, but also flagged it and then moved on, so that when I had any extra time left over, then I could go back and really overthink everything and just be like, okay, do I really want to stick with that answer? And yeah, actually, so I just recently took my last ASE test that I needed to be master certified, my A3, which I was like holding out on because it's really hard. I thought automatic transmissions would be the hardest. But I ended up signing up for like a lot of automatic transmission online tests during lockdown quarantine times. I took like 5 freaking online classes about transmissions. I'm like, I'm ready. A3, I was holding out for, and finally just took it. And I will say that I spent the entire time, I did not leave early. I spent the entire time in there, and I flagged half of them, and went back to half of them. So I went through, answered them as quickly as I could, and if I was not 100%, flag went up. So half of them I was not sure.
That's the best advice we could give, is let it be fluent, let it just come out of you and relax, take the test, anything, flag it. Like I said, if you sat there and did that, you'd miss half the question just because you didn't even attempt it. And out of those half you missed, there may be some of those that you just know them. So go ahead and hit the ones and hit it and quit it. Move on. There we go. That's my
but to answer this, so low fuel pressure, an intake manifold vacuum leak, or high oxygen sensor voltage causes a lean air-fuel ratio that does not produce any black smoke in the exhaust. High fuel pressure results in excessive fuel being injected each time the injectors open. This condition causes a rich air-fuel ratio and black smoke in the exhaust. Thus, D is the correct answer. Okay, so sometimes, so ASE also sometimes is a little bit in the past and tends to generalize, and that's what I have noticed, is that with like black smoke, they really do want to see like a lot of fuel.
And that's when you don't overthink it, because you start thinking, well, if it's lean, then the O2 sensor is going to do its job and it's going to richen it. And that's why you want to see, okay, what did they want for an answer?
Yes.
And the next time around, did you read it? You go, I remember that. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink something. I've done that and just said, oh, that's wrong because just like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, guess what? I get it wrong.
We could kind of rationalize. I mean, aside from low fuel pressure, we could pretty much rationalize those last 3. I'm just saying, and because I'm sure that something could come up in the field, because the different from book in practice, like actually in the shop, you see a lot of weird stuff happen. I don't know. So really, ASE, you sort of have to think of it as like a very sterile environment. And a little bit more of generalizations. And that's why I really encourage people, even if you are a master technician without any certifications, if you're going to go take the exam, just do yourself a favor and just read the books first and learn their language. I thought about, I'm going to be smarter than you, but guess what? You got to pass their test. You're not getting a Danny Solis test over here. So if you want that ASE test, this is why it helps to study, because like I said, you get the, okay, I might not totally agree with you, but that's the answer you want. I'm agreeing with you for the test. So yeah. I'm also agreeing with the last comment that I just saw that just disappeared, so let me get it up. Richard saying that Motor Mythbusters needs this chemistry/energy. Agreed. I cannot tell you, I pitched this guy over and over and over again. Over and over. I was like, you got, I don't really, you just need my other half over here. And that did not go over well.
Yeah, because they figured they wouldn't get the 2 of y'all to shut up.
That might be true.
Yeah, that you're onto something.
They would need Shop Mom on set as well.
We just have fun. We just have fun, and we come from different realms, and yet we just hit it off because we just have fun. It's all mechanical. It's you gotta have a sense of humor.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta have a sense of humor. You gotta. It's just fun.
Okay, and
All right.
let's just go ahead. We've got somebody new in the room who doesn't understand why we do ASE questions.
Oh, okay.
Let's just explain. We do this for fun. We do it to hone skills for those who are already certified and those who are interested in being certified and those who just like to guess.
Yeah, I mean, because these questions are really fun. It's a great way to sort of like share knowledge and just, we have done live stream topics where we'll just pick a topic and we'll talk the entire time about turbos or about
Oil.
ignition
Don't get us
timing
talking about oil.
Yeah. So we choose a topic, but really, when we do the ASE test questions, we feel like it not only benefits us, but then it also benefits y'all because there's so many people that are in the automotive trades that follow us. And we love to encourage people to get certified because, at least coming from the Toyota dealership, Toyota is really into ASE certifications. When you get your certifications, you're more likely to get hired and you also get more money. And we all know that it is a rough world out here. Yeah. So, and also, we have I'm so grateful that I have like a super solid, like, young female automotive following. And I would say anything that y'all can do to make yourselves look more attractive to a shop, this really helps. So,
we just did it one time, and I kind of thought, I like it. I'm like, oh, cool, but
yeah.
It may be a little too much. No one wants to come to a live stream to work. No one wants to come to a live stream to think. I mean, I say that, but y'all have proven us totally wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all come here and it's like, like having you around the table with us, and we kept on doing it because, like, okay, well, they like the ASE, and we have a few of y'all that are scoring like with a 90%, 95%,
and also
and aren't even in the industry.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And also we've had a few of y'all that are in the industry and are so inspired by this that you've all gone out and gotten certified or like taken a test and like finally just like had that confidence to go take a test, and we love that. And also we have no affiliation with ASE. They don't pay us anything. We don't care. And honestly, we don't even like ASE. I mean, we not that we don't like it, but like we sort of make fun of it because, what does it prove? It doesn't necessarily prove what you know, but it does prove to an employer that you care enough about the industry and you care enough about the job that you will go out, spend your own time buying the books, spend your own money buying the books, spend your own time reading the books, and then spend your own time and your own money going out and taking the test. That shows how seriously and committed you are to your job, and it just makes you shine as a potential employee. So
yeah, ASE patch on your shoulder isn't.
I don't even have one today.
Does not make you
Texas.
a better mechanic. It does not. What it is exactly what you just said. What it shows is that you are there and you're committed to taking the test. Now, the ASE patch will open a door for you that without having that patch, there's a lot of dealerships, most dealerships, you won't even get in the door. So you need that to get the door open for you. Once you're in the door, it doesn't mean you're a hell of a mechanic, excuse my language. It doesn't mean there's people who are really good, they just can't take an ASE test. So, so it opens the right door for you. It's up to you once you get in the door to shine and do what you do. So the ASE test isn't something like, oh, I'm ASE certified. And if you think that, oh, I'm ASE certified, so I'm better than you. No, I got you in the door.
Yeah. So let me just interrupt you guys for a minute to read Jesus Garcia's answer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The ASE tests are like promotional tests in the fire department. You need to give the answer that comes from the book, not necessarily what you would do in real life situations.
Nailed
Great
it.
way to describe it.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And it, just because you take a test as well, and like you just like Jesus said, it's like it's what comes out of the book. It's not necessarily what you would do in real life. And I learned that the hard way. A lot of people are just like, oh my gosh, I'd kill to have your knowledge, to both of us, right? But just like the first time I took an ASE test was brakes, and I've been doing brakes for like 5 freaking years. Because when you're new in the shop, what do? Oil changes and brakes. I had done so many brakes. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this, no problem. I took it and I failed. I bombed. Well, I didn't bomb it. I missed it by 2 questions, but I was still like, I thought I was so confident in brakes, and it made me realize how little I know. And then in studying for the ASE test, I learned a ton of stuff that I might have not necessarily learned in the shop, like especially automatic transmission stuff. Because all that I've really done, like I've said in the past, is removed and replaced, diagnosed minor things like pressure sensors or like a bad valve body, but like never anything major internal. I've never really taken one apart. I took one apart only to see the parts so that I could pass the A2 test, and it's just like
you might go work in a shop that really has a lot of import stuff that comes in, so you may do a lot of diagnostics and imports. You may go work in an older shop, which is awesome, but they may not have anything electronic in that plate. They may just do carburetors. So that's why.
It's a good way to expand your knowledge.
It is.
So
Oh,
now that we finished up that question, I think it's a good time to remind everybody that we are hoping for your help with picking our runner-up. We already chose our number one winner, which we're going to be announcing soon, our top prize winner for our massive Jan fan.
Yes.
But because we had so many entries because of our amazing, like, just group of people, like, thanks to everyone who's been a part of this community, and for, oh my god, thank you, Robert, that was so kind. I'll drink that too.
Thank you. I can buy it.
Oh, that's my favorite Toyota motor is. He says a 3VZ? Oh, wow, okay. My favorite Toyota motor of all time. Of course, I've got to say the 7M. I've got a tattoo of the 7M right here.
I don't think you can beat that. You can argue
gotta
with
say the
it. You like
7M.
that.
I love that engine. But to be totally fair, I also, I would say that it would be, I also really love the 5VZ, the 22RE, and the 3S. I'd say the 3S, and the 5S. Oh, I don't know. I love the S series because they're small, fuel efficient, way more fuel efficient, like for their time, and then also they just go forever with minimal maintenance, and they also are non-interference engines. So you can go forever, you can break the timing belt, just slap a new one on and it keeps on going, and I've seen those go like
That's a tough question because you're talking about Toyota, so it's like the 2JZ. There's just so many, right? There's
yeah,
so many.
yeah. Well, I mean, the 2JZ is great, but like, great for what? Great for going and buying one? No, like you can't go buy one and put it into your car. It's really expensive. You can go buy a 3S for $200. It has 300,000 miles on it, and you can slap it in your Camry and it will still go, or your RAV4.
And,
so,
and thanks, Martin.
Oh, thank you, Martin. Oh my God.
But we appreciate you.
But I like the 22RE as well. But the 22RE is we have
the 22RE is it's an
amazing
old,
too, but
it's
also
been around forever.
Yeah,
but
it has faults too. You know, the timing chain when it starts to wear.
Cover.
Yeah, it'll wear through the timing cover, and then you mix the coolant and the oil. So I mean, but when does that happen? Maybe 300,000 miles, 250,000 miles. You know what I mean? So just like I don't know. What's my favorite Toyota engine? I wouldn't say the 3VZ though.
There you go.
Why did you say that? Oh, anyway, okay, so we're gonna be announcing the winner of our Jan Fan competition after our next ASE question. But before that,
in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, in the middle after our next one.
Yep.
But we're gonna remind people that we need your help picking the runner up. We had so many submissions for our Jan Fan giveaway contest. We had so many that Hunter actually gave us another one to give away, the 12-inch desktop model, which I happen to love, and sometimes I guess I do carry it around like this. So, someone says I love the 2AZ, the oil burner. Oh, we'll have to talk about that at some point.
So go and vote. Go.
Well, we gotta show them.
One or two. One
Will
to
you get? Yeah, let's show them because we've got more people in the room now. Oh my God, we have 130 people in the room right now. So
definitely.
Yes, we'll
We're
pull
gonna
those
go.
up for our top
There you
two runners
We're gonna
up.
start from the
We'll do our AMC Hornet Girl first.
which is number one.
Yeah, so this is number one.
Oh, look, another great viewer.
All right,
Thank you.
so we're gonna go ahead and
Thanks,
turn it up.
Carlos.
Yes, turn it up.
And over there is our other really terrible fan that we're trying to cool our whole.
I just love. Look at Chris holding that tiny, pathetic little fan
Kentucky,
up to his head.
That's teamwork.
and it's also a tropical rainforest pretty much, so we could really use a new fan. Thanks.
I like Dan's fans think it should be a boombox and just go ahead and incorporate it.
I just thought like that's so relatable because I've so walked around with my tiny little fan on my head, and I love that one. First of all, they are so cute, and this is our other runner up, and this person took the time to make a comic series, like basically a series of photos, and I think it's reversed. I don't know if you guys can read.
Oh,
this.
it might be reversed, but you can't read it.
Yeah.
And he's got his Toyota right there. He's underneath there.
Yeah, he's got a 4Runner. So
and I want to say his
FI,
wife or his significant other. He's looking for a 10mm socket, obviously, or a fan. But it was just really good.
I love that one so much. I love that one so much. So I should read it. So basically, like the first one says, when he asks for something, but this fan blows. Wait, this? No, not this. Or this? That's a 10mm. And so he gets handed a hose, then a boot, then a hat. Like what the? He gets handed all this stuff. Meanwhile, his fan isn't even functioning, and then finally gets a 10mm. This was so creative. I love.
They took the time. You didn't have to
love
be video.
that.
It could have been still shots.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did
And
that.
you didn't even have to show
And
your
Hunter
face.
says they're emailing their engineering team right now about the fan plus boombox all-in-one.
Yeah, you need the fan and boombox all in one. Ah!
Yay!
So those are our top 2 runners up. Now we have already chosen our number 1 winner, and there's nothing you can do about that because our number 1 winner. First of all, you got bonus points for posting it online and using the hashtag #ThisFanBlows. So clearly, you know.
And Curtis, thank you. Another.
Oh, Curtis! Oh my gosh!
This isn't our only live stream, so we'll actually maybe we'll pick different subjects. Toyota one live stream, Honda one live stream.
Oh, definitely. We
or
don't
maybe
always.
we'll add, yes.
We don't always do ASE test questions.
Mhm.
This is
We
just.
are equal opportunity enthusists.
This is true. We like all things.
The,
We
will
like
the
all things.
diagnostics one? I don't know. We'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
So our next AC test question. So once again, if you happen to have this study book, which I bought with my own money, knowing this company does not support me at all, and this book I think is way too expensive. However, it did help me pass all of my tests. So, wait, I have a special announcement. I passed my last AC test.
Oh, congrats!
I'm now master certified.
You're
See?
a master?
Yes.
Wow.
You may now refer to me as
Master Faye.
Yes.
Yes, Master Faye. Congratulations.
But thank you. But these have helped me. These have helped me keep on task. And also, for those of you that don't know, I have a Twitter where all I post
That's
is
exciting.
ASE test questions. I do not post pictures.
Yes.
I do not post fluff. It is only ASE test questions. A lot of people don't like dealing with social media and having all of that, like, sort of that social media vibe.
I'll add to it. That congratulations. That
Thank
is.
you.
And if you started with our live streams when we started this for the pandemic, you will know hard work and persistence. Faye has been working on these one at a time,
Yeah.
one at a time. It's not
I'm
like, well, I can't do it. You've been doing it a lot longer than I have. No, this is amazing.
No, thank you.
That
I
is-
studied really hard, and I get total test anxiety. It was like, it was definitely the most difficult thing for me to pass in regular school was when we had to sit down, especially sit down quietly and take a test. I can write a killer paper. I would always opt for the option of, like, rather than taking a test, doing an oral presentation. I'm great in front of a group, happy with that. Sitting down and taking a test in silence, even multiple choice. Oh my God, heck no. It's all, like, I get total test anxiety. When I show up at the ASE test center, I'm like shaking, I'm sweating, I'm freaked out. And it's like, I shouldn't be, but I still am.
It does get a little bit, you got a time limit, and there's just people, it does, that adds to kind of the...
And they feel like they make sure that you're not carrying anything, and they only give you like one piece of paper and like a pencil, and like, you know, the whole
but
thing's
back when I
timed.
took a
It's a
test, you
stressful
had to
environment.
chisel it on a stone, you know, so it was easy. Now you could take an iPhone in or something and...
No,
and-
you can't.
No,
You can't.
that's what I'm saying,
Oh.
that's why they're patting you down. Back then they were
Yes.
patting you down for a different reason. We're like, okay, you know.
Oh,
but
rude.
But so
Yes,
it's a
you
different
can't always
world.
take it again. You have to
Yeah.
wait 30 days. And, you know, they're expensive. I mean, they're expensive for all of us. It's like there's like a fee for the testing window and then another fee for the test. So it's like, I mean, my old boss at Atomic Auto, who I just adore, he would go in and take all of them at once. And I'm just like, oof, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't
And
do
a
that.
lot
It's
of bigger
anxiety.
shops or dealerships, if you express that's what you're doing.
They'll pay for them.
I know a lot of them that will pay because
Yep.
that's what they want. So if you'll go in your own time and you'll do the studying, they'll pay for your test.
Yep, my
So-
dealership did and my independent shop did.
Yeah.
But like,
'Cause it's a
I
win-win.
only-
It's a win for the shop and it's a win for y'all.
Yes.
So
Well, I only did 2. So when we started this live stream, I only had 2. I had
that's
brakes
what I was
and
getting
steering
at.
and
I didn't want to.
suspension.
I didn't want to say
Yeah,
that. But
well,
that is just in not living in La La Land and living in reality. The people that have been here, this is not like a long time. So you're a master tech.
Plus, I had all this other stuff going on. Like,
You
I was
got 2
literally,
TV shows.
I was
2
taking this book on the plane, and I was reading this book on the plane, and I was trying to like, stop talking to me, people. Not you, but like,
No,
people would sit down and they want to talk. I'm like, I'm studying people.
I'm amazed. That's neat. That is good. Like I said, that is a dedication. And so the people out there that may be married, and your wife is at home doing all this, and your kids are doing all of that. You like I said, you have 2 different shows in 2 different parts of the country.
Yep.
Besides what you're doing
Still
here.
working on customer
So-
cars, still making YouTube videos. Yeah, still like just trying to be present when like Brandon's around. And, like, it was like,
male or female with kids,
it's 8.
and
So-
you put your kids to bed, and then you stay up another hour and you study.
Yes.
It's doable. This master tech right here, I'm gonna make that is just dedication.
Thank you.
That is not like I said, because some people say, "Oh,
had to
I'll
really
never,
find the time.
I'll
I
never
really-
get there. I'll never do that." So you
Yeah.
won't even try, and it hasn't. That's
So my goal was like one every testing season, and so they have and a couple testing windows I just missed because things were just crazy, and I was gonna schedule one for the snowpocalypse, and because I was home, you know, it's like when I was in California, I couldn't take a test there, I had to take a test here, and because there wasn't a testing center near there, I didn't have time anyway. So like one got snowed out by the snowpocalypse. So anyway, yeah. So there's 8 total. And that's what we're doing. You know, when we say A1, A2, A3. A1 being engine repair, A2 being automatic transmission, A3 being manual transmission, and actually this one is another one that's in A1 engine repair. So just to give you an idea, like engine repair is like, and engine repair and engine performance is like kind of like our thing. But man, I struggled studying for air conditioning, and even for automatic transmission, just because you know like what little I do on those, like in the actual in real world life, you know, like you change fluid, you change a filter, you maybe diagnose a bad sensor, you maybe like replace a valve body. I was gonna say a throttle body. Fisher Price, my first throttle body. Anyway, okay, so we're on to our next question, and then we're gonna announce our winner. So hang tight, people.
I'm excited.
So if you've got this book. Once again, this study book, which is way too much money, on page 41, question 67. So this is under the engine repair section, and this is a turbocharger question. So, reduced turbocharger boost pressure may be caused by, reduced turbocharger boost pressure may be caused by, I said turbocharger, weird, didn't I? A wastegate valve stuck closed. B, a wastegate valve stuck open. C, a leaking wastegate diaphragm. Or D, disconnected wastegate linkage. And for those of you who watched the first Mythbusters episode, I was like, is this a little bit too much like that? But not. I mean, so there's actually a lot to dissect in this question. And
a couple of C's, several B's.
A lot of B's. B, 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 C, B, B, B.
So this is reduced turbocharger boost pressure may be caused by. I already know what I'm going to say. However, like, here's just some things to keep in mind as well. Like quite often on the ASE test questions, you will see like 2 of the same but opposites, like wastegate valve stuck closed and a wastegate valve stuck open. A lot of times you'll see pairs like that, and then also a lot of times you'll see answers that will sort of mean the same thing. So sometimes you can look at those and you can sort of say, okay, well, even if I don't even know what might cause reduced turbocharger pressure, I can see that we've got 2 things that are totally opposite of one another.
So you're really, I'm kind of looking for the turbo is spinning. It spins by the exhaust going out. It turns a turbine, which spins another turbine that pushes air into the engine.
You should have brought a turbocharger over here.
Yeah. So that all spins,
Y'all want me to get one?
and it's all controlled.
Sure.
We have turbo.
Oh, okay. Well, Shop Mom's gonna grab a turbo. Thank you, Shop Mom.
So that is always spinning, and the exhaust pressure essentially is what controls how fast it spins. But you could have too much boost, so we put a wastegate on the exhaust, and we can open that valve and bypass that back to the exhaust pipe out there, and the turbo doesn't spin very fast, and that's how we can control. So that gate either puts exhaust to the turbo or out the pipe. There you go, real simple. So
right, well, exactly, because you can't. I mean, aside from letting off the throttle, the exhaust gas pressure is going to be the same regardless. So we're not trying to like reduce the amount of exhaust gas pressure going into the turbo. Oh,
It's big enough for a display.
I don't. You got
that's quite the
big enough for a display box.
So anyway, that's a great example. Oh, because that's a built-in wheel. Oh, perfect.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
Okay,
there
we
you go.
can easily see the valve. Okay, built-in. Okay, fantastic.
So the wastegate is controlled by this diaphragm right here.
Yeah. Okay.
So this diaphragm right here controls the valve on the exhaust pipe. So exhaust comes in, and it's either going to go out.
Linkage. Okay.
It's going to go out, or it's going to spin the turbo and go out this way. So it's either going to go. There's a wastegate valve right there. So
yeah. Can you? I want them to see that valve. So right. So either goes
There's that valve
directly
right there.
out, or it bypasses through here and reduces the amount of pressure actually going into the turbo and making the turbo spin. I
So-
guess in the simplest term possible.
So the diaphragm they're talking about is right
it's
here.
inside here.
So what
in the
happens
wastegate.
is, as the intake pressure gets up real high, and if it's set at 7 pounds, then this diaphragm opens, lets the exhaust out, the pressure drops back down, this closes. This is always opening and closing to control your pressure. So that's what controls your pressure, is this diaphragm right here.
So, as you can imagine, if that wastegate is stuck, I know you're a mess. Okay, so actually,
Okay.
will you show the linkage again? Because
Yes.
D is a disconnected wastegate linkage.
Okay.
So okay,
it's,
so as
it's
you're
a
saying,
disconnected wastegate linkage.
So D is a disconnected wastegate linkage, which in my mind is the sort of same thing as A, the wastegate valve stuck closed.
Okay, if this is disconnected, the exhaust is gonna flap it open.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, so
Never mind.
So
Shoot.
so
Oh, wait a
so
second.
this being disconnected, and I didn't even get that the first time. This being disconnected means
Shoot.
no boost, or
God, now that I
or-
think about it.
or
yes.
very little boost
Okay,
if
okay,
disconnected.
right. No, it's not going to be stuck closed. Absolutely, because the pressure is going to push it open. Okay, so those two are pretty similar.
yeah. If it was stuck shut, you'd have all the boost in the world. But it would never open, and you would overboost.
Well, you just told them the answer, though.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Because we're reduced. We're not talking about like a ton of.
Yes, we're doing what would reduce the thing.
Turbocharger boost pressure.
Yes.
Reduced. So I mean,
So if it's stuck open, which is B,
That's
if the
what-
wastegate is stuck open, then it's going to spin real slow. It ain't never going to spool
Yeah,
up.
well,
It's
that-
stuck open. So stuck open or
Shoot.
disconnected do the same thing.
yeah, I missed that the first go round. Now I don't know what the answer is. I was gonna say, shoot, reduced turbocharger. Oh, what do you guys think? All right,
Yes,
what do we got?
let's see what
do we
y'all-
got? We have a lot of C's in the room. For a leaking wastegate diaphragm is going to give us reduced turbocharger boost
A
pressure.
leaking wastegate diaphragm is going to give you too much boost.
And Divine, oh, we got Divine Mark 3 in the house. Heck yeah. He says D, if the linkage isn't connected, it's going to flap freely. Yeah,
It's going to
be
flap
the
freely,
same
and you're going to have
thing,
reduced boost.
which is be the same thing as the valve stuck open.
Yes. So those two are both.
See, I thought I had it because I read it through. Really, this is why you got to think about it. Oh, we've got so many. See, here's the problem. We've got so many smart people in the room, and we've got a ton of different answers.
So we got B and D.
Yeah.
And we have Charles in the room who says we need to move the camera.
Oh, Charles, we've been waiting for you.
Help, Charles, help.
Oh my God.
Where have
Okay.
you been?
I'm gonna read this again because this is. I thought I knew when I read through first quickly, and now I'm struggling. Okay, so if you have this book, we're on page 41, and this is question 67. In the A1 engine repair section, which I was just telling you was my strongest suit, and now I'm struggling on this question. That's okay. This is ASE.
And did you see Team Junk wants you to repeat C and D?
Oh yes, I'm going to repeat them all right now. Yes, I absolutely. Reduced turbocharger boost pressure may be caused by A, wastegate valve stuck closed. B, a wastegate valve stuck open, which I thought was going to be the answer. C, a leaking wastegate diaphragm, which we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But D, a disconnected wastegate linkage.
That would be a disc. Oh, see, I thought it was a disconnected wastegate hose, so I was wrong. But I didn't listen to it correctly. The first time and second time, I kept on thinking, disconnected hose would be too much boost. Linkage would be no boost. So
Yeah, I know.
So we got two. To me, in my eyes, is B and D. But I don't. What do I know?
But we've got right. So once again, practical real world
Mm-hmm.
ASE. Practical real world ASE. So I'm going to go back to what I was initially thinking was that we have two options and they're complete opposites from one another. A wastegate valve stuck closed and a wastegate valve stuck open.
Yes.
That's all or nothing in my mind. Whereas a leaking diaphragm and a disconnected wastegate linkage, either way, okay, I'm in Toyota land and I see that over there. Is there ever a space where the wastegate is mounted so the linkage would, if it was disconnected, would trap that valve shut?
No. The linkage
There's no way.
always controls the flap, and there's spring pressure built into it.
Yes.
Especially if you have one like this one that's adjustable. So actually in the diaphragm, it's a big spring, and that's the spring. If it's a 7-pound spring, 7 pounds of boost.
Yeah.
So when it hits 7 pounds of boost, then it starts to open, and there's an adjustment there.
Gosh.
So if you take that linkage off, that valve just flaps open.
Flaps open,
So
yeah.
there's no way that could be off.
I was trying to think if there's any other situation. Oh, I'm probably getting
We're
stuff all over
getting-
my face. I know.
we're-
I was trying to think if there's any other situation that because a lot of times it's like I live in Toyota world in my head, and I'm thinking, well, that never happens on Toyotas, but it happens on a Chevy, you know. So it's just like my own limitations of what I work on sort of work against me. But if there's really no way, okay. I still think I'm gonna go with B. What do you guys think? I still think I'm gonna go with B because of just like from ASE all or nothing. I would say
We got a lot of B's.
got a lot of B's. Okay.
We got a lot of B's. Quick speed says B.
D McCarty says B. All right, I'm gonna go with B.
I'm going
We'll go with
BD, but I don't know if that's a.
We got Jesus says B. Scott says B. Chris says C.
What is
Leaking wastegate diaphragm. I mean,
what does Kino Bonus say?
we haven't seen. I
We
haven't
haven't
seen his
seen
answer.
Kino bonus today.
Oh, I thought
Divine
I
Mark
heard it said.
3 still says D. Disconnected wastegate linkage. I mean, I think D is right too. I would.
I mean,
say
if,
pure
if,
D.
the, if the wastegate linkage is disconnected, it wouldn't have any boost. It would open up, and it's the same thing.
Wait a second. Disconnect. Oh. No, disconnect. Yeah, no matter what part you disconnect it from, it's still going to be attached. Yeah, okay, all right.
If you disconnected the wastegate hose,
This is stressful.
then it would be too much boost.
All right.
So let's go see.
I'm gonna stick with
Because
B.
I want to know who won. So let's go see.
Yeah, was it leaky or frozen diaphragm? Yeah, see, we don't know. This is all the information that we have. All right, so we're gonna go to so 67, and we're gonna make sure that we are in the.
And the winner
We're
is-
towards the end. There's only 71 in this. 24, 25, 26. Sorry about this, guys. Here we'll go 67. B.
B,
B.
but not D.
A
But that's
wastegate
why-
valve stuck closed. A leaking wastegate diaphragm and disconnected wastegate linkage all can cause excessive boost pressure. Thus, A, C, and D are incorrect. A wastegate valve stuck open reduces boost pressure. Wait, what?
It's wrong, but how do you don't
Shoot.
argue with them because
All right.
you got to take the test, so you got to see what they
You
say.
gotta see what they. Wow.
Because I can tell you, if I take
That's a
off
hard
I
one.
take off the linkage off the wastegate valve just open. I don't care who you are, in what world you live in,
There's
the valve
no
is open.
there's
so
no
it's
back
gonna get
pressure.
it's gonna get
that
low
would- there's
boost.
No, I want to test that.
Yeah.
What
But
the?
it is that's what
Woo!
controls the boost. In fact, there's spring pressure keeping it closed. So once you take the linkage off, the spring pressure's gone.
I've had a situation where I pulled the linkage off once, but it was seized in place, and so it actually kept that flap closed.
Now,
But
if
it
the
was
wastegate
rusted- it was
flap
rusted
is
shut.
rusted shut, then
The
you can take the
linkage was
linkage
all
off.
bent and messed
Yeah, you
up
can take the
and-
linkage off, but then you got a stuck.
Yeah, but
wastegate
that's
valve.
something else. Wow,
All right,
that was
well-
a really hard one. Wow, that was a really hard. Was that? Is it just me or was that a really hard question? I don't know. That's
As someone who builds
Oh.
turbos, I can pretty much tell you that.
Divine Mercy says I don't know. My Eclipse had a disconnected linkage and I got no boost. Okay.
Yes.
See, that's something.
No,
yeah.
that's exactly why. Because it's disconnected and the wastegate opened up.
Yeah.
And you got
Yep,
no boost.
and you got
because
no boost.
You need to close the wastegate to get boost. That's
Well-
what controls the boost.
You know the rules of this game. You get
Yep.
it right, you drink. You get it wrong, you drink. So,
Oh,
cheers.
and
Oh, thank you so much. Who's that? Diane? Oh
y'all are
my
being
god.
all, really.
If the diagram is leaking,
Yes.
it's still building some boost. A stuck open valve. Yes, exactly. A stuck open valve. Exactly. So I love the super chat. If the diagram is if the diaphragm is leaking, it's building still some boost. Whereas, comparing that.
Well,
but that's also
no.
correct.
If the diaphragm is leaking, you're building some or too much boost. You could overboost.
That's also true. Yes.
Because
yes.
the diaphragm is what opens it.
Right.
Okay, while y'all are talking about this, just quickly I want to tell folks who
Oh.
are in the chat asking questions about specific vehicles and issues that they have.
Oh.
If you want to submit a question for us to talk about, send it to the email, realshotmom@gmail.com. And if it's something that has some appeal or something that we can help you with, we'll be happy to address it. But it's really kind of tough to address
Oh, yeah.
specific things
Oh,
in this setting.
Absolutely.
Carlos says he's out of beer, so we're gonna hurry. Let's give away the answer. Let's give away the.
Okay. So the time has come now
Yes.
to announce the winner of our Jam Fan giveaway. Shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
I'm gonna key it up first, and we'll
Excellent.
play it.
Excellent.
I'm excited for this.
We got a drum roll from Brian.
We got a drum roll, and you will see who the winner is because you're gonna see it right now.
Okay.
And it is
I
awesome.
have 3 different models.
How do we start this over?
Fans.
We gotta start this over.
Start
All
it
right.
over. You do it. This is just
It's so
hands
good.
down in
It's
my opinion,
so
but
good.
my humble opinion. Y'all see if we
Right,
thought.
I have 3 different models of the same manufacturer fans. They're not great. They're cute, but the fan will eventually stop working. But before that, it starts whining, and then I'll give it like a little love tap on the backside, and then it will whine more, and it'll keep working for just a minute, and then it kind of peters out on the end of it. So let me show you my fan, or at least one of the models of my fan. Killing me.
I love those kids.
Oh, I love her all the different models.
Yes.
See, and I have 3 different models, and they all work exactly the same. I really need a new fan, guys.
Okay, I gotta play this through one more time.
The same manufacturer fans. They're not great. They're cute, but the fan will eventually stop working. But before that, it starts whining, and then I'll give it like a little love tap on the backside, and then it will whine more, and it'll keep working for just a minute, and then it kind of peters out on the end of it. So let me show you my fan, or at least one of the models of my fan.
Same manufacturer things.
And you gotta believe she needs a fan. Her poor kids, yes. They need a break, and they're probably going back to school. So
Yeah,
her fans are going back to school.
We're not for child labor here, so we're gonna give her an amazing fan. Actually, Hunter Industrial is. So, you know, and I gotta say, you've got to actually watch the video. I know we're trying to show it here, but it's so funny because she tricked me the first time I listened to it. It was just like, you know, she has 3 different models of the same manufacturer fan. I'm like,
I was told it didn't even get. I was so like, okay,
I didn't
all right.
understand it
And then I was rolling.
and the love tap on the behind.
Yes, and I was thinking the fan. You know that. You know, I don't necessarily love tap my fan, but awesome. That's the grand prize.
So
You're getting
funny.
the big.
We
dude.
couldn't not.
You are getting the biggest.
There's no way. Like, we were all rolling laughing with that one. We
And
still
you
are.
can go to Faye's Instagram or my Instagram or here and watch it over and over again like we have.
So funny.
Yes.
So funny. So, I mean, Spanky is a clear winner. Like, we could not possibly.
And Pat Cassidy is thanking Hunter Industrial for the promo. It's been so much fun. Yes.
Oh, it has been a lot of fun.
We really do sincerely thank you.
Yes. Hunter has been awesome. They're just they fit right in, or we fit right in, or
Who the heck knows?
yeah. But it's awesome. Like I said, so now there's still the runner up.
We're still looking for the runner-ups.
Yep.
We're still trying. And we will decide that at the end. And one thing I do want to say, which is you know completely. This is aside from the winner here, as I saw a comment that I also agree with, and that is who mentioned it? Was it someone mentioned that it was reduced? It wasn't just like, so it's reduced turbocharger boost pressure, and so like, you know, thinking about the leaking wastegate diaphragm, it's like, okay, well, if the diaphragm is leaking, then you're not allowing that to open sooner, so you're actually going to get more because you're not holding that in and allowing that pressure to overcome the spring inside of the diaphragm. So that would be a little bit more.
You may have boost creep. You may start. It's not opening fast enough or responding good. But what happens is the inlet pressure on the inlet side that's going into the engine, there's a hose that goes to that diaphragm we're talking about. And when the pressure in the manifold builds up, instead of blowing something up, depending on what the spring pressure or the diaphragm is set at, it opens it to slow the turbo down. So if it was leaking, then it would still open, but you would get more boost.
Yes, because you need all of that pressure to be there, pushing against that diaphragm in order to overcome the pressure of the diaphragm or the spring or both.
It actually has a preload to it. It actually has spring pressure that actually is working against all that.
So I'm seeing all the comments about how funny Spanky's video is. Love tap on the backside.
So y'all agree that was
A little heavier one, Lon says. A little heavier.
A little heavier love tap, maybe? But it was so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We're done for the day.
Oh, wow.
Thank
you so much. Wow. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
So
that
grateful.
Is very awesome.
We're so grateful.
We're just
I don't even know what to say to that. That was
Yeah,
very
we're-
generous. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. Well, welcome to the live stream.
I will definitely drink to that.
We'll both drink to that. Okay. Well, I mean, you get it right, you drink. You get it wrong, you drink. That's we at the end of the day we all win. So.
And with a chat like that, thank you.
Yeah, who's gonna say no? So, but I would agree that this was a very tricky question.
So Brian's
Which is-
leaving. Tell him peace and assembly.
Oh,
grease.
Peace and Assembly Grease,
Peace and
Brian!
Assembly
Thank you so
Grease.
much for being here.
We're sorry,
Brian's one of our OGs.
Yes.
So we got
That's why
tons
we
of.
say peace and assembly grease.
That's
Brian
right.
is the reason why we end every live stream with Peace and Assembly Grease. I think was he our first piece of mail as well.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And it was, I've kept that one forever. That's so
That's
meaningful.
such a meaningful
Yeah.
letter. I mean,
We have Peace and Assembly Grease
love
on shirts now.
and
We
stickers.
have, yes.
So we love. Thanks to everyone who is new in the chat, who's new to live stream today. We love, of course, all of our OGs. We love the relationship that we built with you over the years. I feel like over the year. I feel like I know some of you personally, even though I've never met you. But for those who are wondering how to reach us, how to send us
Thank you,
quick
Quick Speed is
screenshot
about to
message.
leave, and I wanted to give you some love. If
Heck
y'all,
yes.
y'all have stuff that you want us to share, we'll most definitely,
Absolutely, yeah, we love supporting those who
Yes.
support us back. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I want people to see. Sorry, Charles, I know you're going to get upset at me.
Yep.
But if you want to reach us with a live stream, you can send your emails to therealshopmom@gmail.com. If you want us to read them live on the show when we take breaks, our little 15-minute chicken timer interludes, we will read your emails, or even better yet, we love hearing your voicemails. We will play them live on the show if you want to. Obviously, we're not playing any today because we have a giveaway. That's our number one priority at the moment. But you can call and leave us a voicemail on the Shop Mom hotline. If you don't want us to play it or read your emails live, we will not. If they're private, just start out the email or start out the voicemail by saying, "Hey, this is just for you guys," and we will listen to it. Now,
And
you
Shop Mom,
cannot.
and Shop Mom listens to no one, so if you say don't play it, she probably will. Just kidding. And
Well, but more importantly, that's true because there have been some people that want to leave us voicemails and they want to give us hate. Also, Shop Mom is our filter, so we only hear the positive stuff. So if you want to waste your own time sending us hate, you're just wasting your own time.
Yeah.
So sorry about
Yes.
that.
And
Yeah.
they can be very amusing.
Oh, sometimes we laugh at them. Yeah, we've laughed at it.
and we've had people that it's interesting, just feel a connection to
Yeah.
tell Shop Mom something that's going on in their life right now.
She is
And
all of our mom.
and Shop Mom
She really is a mom.
we
We don't call her Shop Mom for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's Shop Mom.
So yeah, and actually, I think some of you in the chat know that sometimes you might be surprised that Shop Mom actually may call you back to discuss what's going on. So Anyway, all right. So we've got another question. This is in chapter 7. Oh, reminder too that we're still taking votes for our runners-up. Should we show the runners-up one more time real quick, or should we
It's
wait
up
till
to
after the
y'all.
question?
Do y'all know about the runners-up?
It
You
is
got-
a landslide, I can tell you right now.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
It is a landslide.
Oh, okay. Well, then Shop Mom will be.
so
how
Shop
does-
Mom's already.
Shop Mom already knows. Okay, then at the
Okay.
end of this question, Shop Mom will announce the winner of our runner-up. We'll play their video or show their picture, whichever one last time, and congratulate them for their new Jan fan, which they will freaking love. Because I will say that we have. I have both. You don't have this. You don't have the 12-inch.
I don't have 12. No, I was very fortunate. I have the big King Daddy one, and then I have another even King Daddier one. So, and if you watch any of my videos and stuff, they're actually not just foo-foo fans. They're not just fans that look good. They're actually fans that work, that are made to be serviced.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
No reason
We're
I
having,
mixed them up.
it's a great day in the
Oh
hill
my
country.
God, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
We really. Oh my gosh.
And when you
are we
get
lucky
when you
or are
get
we
your
lucky?
fans, I know that y'all are going out there and you're saying, I can't believe that this fan, because it's I can go on and on just because who
He likes
actually,
things that are function informed.
yes,
So
they're
then
actually
when-
made to be worked on. They're
When
made to
I
be
brought it over, the first time I brought one over, before they ever sponsored us or before anything was happened, I brought one over because what were we running an engine up there or something that was really hot? Yeah, out on the back, and it's not air conditioned out there where the run. Oh, okay. That's time. We've got to ask our last question. But it's really hot out there where the run
This is
stand is, where the
Texas.
engines run. And we brought the fan out there, and Danny was taking it apart. He's like, "Oh my god, it's serviceable." He was just messing with it, and
you can adjust the angle of it. You can put a pole on it if you want
Let's
it
tell
taller.
everybody how he played with the light. The one, he just loved that light.
The LED light. Have you ever seen a fan with a spotlight on it? And you think, okay, you're just kind of looking for things to put onto a fan to be a little bit different. When you're painting, that spotlight came in very, very handy. So they really thought these things out. I like
will
a fan
say
that you can, like
it's
I said, add a pole
revolutionized
to it. Yeah, so I can go on.
Yeah.
Don't get me going on fans.
Okay, well, I mean, it really has revolutionized our shop, which is the only like, as you know, there have been many companies that have reached out and wanted to participate in the live stream, and we're grateful for people that think that there's value here. But we've turned out a few that we're just like, this product isn't something that we feel like
We appreciate it.
we appreciate it. We always appreciate it. But
I wouldn't personally use that.
But so we only share with you guys, and we're very picky about giveaways. We've only done a few, and it's one of those things where we really want to make sure that we're giving value back to you, and not just I know yes, I did want to pick you because you had a Mark III. Trust me, you made it into the finals. So how it worked was when we were picking the finals, we all three of us, we picked our tops, and then we put our tops together, and then the ones that were like overlapping were like, okay. And unfortunately, I was the only one that picked you, Divine Mark III, so I'm sorry, you were not in the top two.
There was no favoritism at all. We just kind of let it be. In fact, the runner-up
the Supra made me choose it.
You did.
I was like, his fan actually looks kind of badass, but badass.
Mm-hmm.
His fan actually looks kind of badass, but I was like, well, the Supra, so I'm sticking it in there for my finals.
It was up there in the running.
It was in the running.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that since we are a little low on time, we've got one last question.
One last one.
And then we're going to announce the runner-up winner for our 12-inch, which Shop Mom already has.
And people are still voting. This is awesome.
I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, you ready?
Yep.
This is my weakest subject, so don't blame me if I get this one wrong. This is chapter 7. This is A7, heating and air conditioning. So if you have this book, once again, this very expensive book, page 382, question 31. Frost is forming on one of the condenser tubes near the bottom of the condenser.
Christy Lee wants to know what about her question.
Oh!
I have so
She
many
has so many
questions.
Oh my god, are they? Do you guys just want to come in and surprise everybody?
We have special guests. In the beautiful Texas Hill Country. I don't know.
We have special guests.
In the
Where's the
bathroom.
Wait,
And they're texting from the other room. So.
It's where the beer fridge is.
Oh, where's the bathroom?
We have special.
I like the
We
question.
have special guests in the back room.
Yes.
Okay, so Christy Lee, the bathroom is where the beer fridge is. That's
Yes.
the women's bathroom is where the beer fridge is.
Because no man knows how to go into the ladies' room without permission.
It's the ladies' room.
That's right.
So we have the refrigerator in the ladies' room. It's a little bit
Where we
bigger than
got
the normal
the beer
ladies'
from.
room, and that's where the beer is. So where the beer was, that's where the bathroom is. That's
right.
we got it. She's
Frost is forming on one of the condenser tubes near the bottom of the condenser. This problem could be caused by A, restricted airflow passages is in the condenser. B, a refrigerant leak in the condenser. C, a restricted refrigerant passage in the condenser. Or D, a restricted orifice tube. So, okay. This is not my strongest subject at all, but I'm going to immediately get rid of B. So here's the thing. These are multiple choice. If you do not answer these questions, they're wrong. So you have to guess. So if you can even slash off one of them, which you actually can do, and you actually take the test.
almost everyone has one that's kind of just not even.
Exactly. So when you're actually taking the test on the computer, if you right click on the answer that you think is wrong, it will slash it out for you, or you can click a little X on the side and it'll just give you that little visualization of crossing it out. So if I was taking this test on a computer, I would instantly just right click or cross that one off, be like, you know what, I'm gonna say that a leak is not gonna cause any sort of frost building up. I'm gonna say it's definitely something that's restricted. The other three are restricted. So, okay, frost is forming on one of the condenser tubes near the bottom of the condenser. This problem could be caused by A, restricted airflow passages in the condenser. B, refrigerant leak in the condenser. C, a restricted refrigerant passage in the condenser. Or D, a restricted orifice tube. Okay. I don't think it's a restricted orifice tube. Gosh. The bottom of the condenser. Restricted airflow passages. I've definitely cleaned off a lot of condensers that are full of leads.
Oh, that's the key. The bottom. That's the key, because I'm thinking, I was
Yeah.
already thinking, well, a restricted air passage is going to make it freeze up.
Yes.
And it's going to get frost.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, the bottom. So that's the key.
I think C. I don't know. Don't trust what I say on this one because this is definitely my weakest subject. Even though I'm Section 609 certified, I literally do not. I don't have an AC machine anymore, so I haven't had an AC machine that I've worked on in probably 6 years. So I'm. What's AC? Well. I have a race car with AC. I know my Supra doesn't have AC in it either, so I totally get you, Divine Mark 3. Which, by the way, if you've noticed, if anyone follows Divine Mark 3 on Instagram, his Supra build, I've been following it since like the beginning of time, and it's coming along amazing. And he just fired it up, and it sounded so good. I'm really impressed by his build. So, I think I'm gonna say C. I'm gonna say restricted refrigerant passage in the condenser. I'm thinking that. That it is if that tube on the bottom is restricted, then that is where it's going to be frosting. I'm imagining that.
So there are a lot of. Are there
What do you
any
think?
AC guys out there? Is the lower one the high side? That's what
Oh.
I see. I have another question before I can answer a
Oh,
question.
shoot.
Is the upper or the lower the high side? I know that the bigger tube is the low side. The higher pressure is the high side. So we know that. But which is the lower one? The lower one is the key. I think is going to be the key to this answer.
Oh shoot, that's a really good question. Oh,
Because
gosh.
if when there's not enough air going through the condenser, it will freeze up. So, but that's a different. They're giving you trick questions here. I think the key is to the lower one. And if the lower one is the high side, that would be a restriction in the high side line. Or the expansion valve. What is it? Is the expansion valve coming
It's
there?
not, nope, there's no TXV
A
valve as an
restriction?
answer.
Yeah.
Nope.
Miss
Well,
Megan
the
wants to know
orifice
if
tube.
low
The
is the high
orifice-
side.
What, say that again?
Miss Mayhem wants to know is low the high side.
Low is high side?
That's what Miss Mayhem says.
Yes.
We all know
Say hi, Megan.
we all know who Miss Mayhem is.
Yes.
Our dear Megan, I know.
I know that the bigger tube is the low pressure, the thinner tube is the high pressure. And let that kind of be a lesson in anything in hydraulics
Oh.
or anything in fluids.
I guess. Well, that would make sense based on where the orifice tube is.
Yeah, see, because some
So
cars
is
have
it
an
a
expansion valve and
is it
some
a
cars have an orifice tube.
tube. Yeah. Which is actually in the line itself.
And when that gets
Um,
high, your pressure, if they were giving me the pressures, it'd be excessive pressure on the high side and reduced pressure on the low side would be a restriction in the orifice tube or expansion valve. But they're being tricky.
No, they're not telling you that though. Frost
No,
is forming
they're not.
on one of the condenser tubes near the bottom of the condenser. This problem could be caused by A, restricted airflow passages in the condenser, B, a refrigerant leak in the condenser, C, a restricted refrigerant passage in the condenser, or D, a restricted fixed orifice tube. I'm gonna go with C.
C? I'm going with C.
We're like 7 minutes past time, so this
Okay,
is your
so
final
come on.
answer.
So this
We're
is
gonna
your
go
final
for C.
answer, everybody.
Okay, so we're on question 31.
We had a K, a Z,
A
a
K.
C. I think they're ready for us to move on.
Okay,
Get the
fine.
answer through.
I know
We're
this
moving
question
on.
sucks. I'm sorry. It's yes, this question is lousy. I just wanted to try something different.
We wanted to just give everybody you may have a strong point. See? There we go.
You get it
There
right.
You, go.
You
There.
drink. And hey, look, I got my last sip. I gotta
And
get
right
rid of.
there, we've done it.
Tell the truth. You get it wrong, you take a drink.
Yeah, you get it wrong. You take a drink.
That's
Okay. So here's the answer. When frost is forming on one of the condenser tubes near the bottom of the condenser, the refrigerant passage is restricted at that location in the condenser. Therefore, A, B, and D are incorrect, and C is the correct answer.
There we go. So
I feel like I learned a lot today.
that's what's neat about these.
Y'all got it right for once. Hey, we
we're-
sometimes get it right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's neat. It's not just our strong point.
No.
We could just give engine ones or diagnostic ones or something, but we just kind of just pick them because
I mean, we like the engine ones.
I like
because,
to participate
yeah.
as well, and we literally are.
Well, we
so.
learn a lot. Like I've learned so much in just asking these questions of y'all. So I guess to wrap up,
There we go.
Shop Mom is gonna let us know who is the winner of our runner-up.
Overwhelmingly, it is 210 Henrietta.
210
Henrietta,
Henrietta. There
right
you go.
here in San Antonio.
Right,
So
yes.
should we bring that one up one more time?
Well, we will.
So this is 210 Henrietta on Instagram. So definitely check out that page. And I will say it was so creative. It was so funny. It was like I know it might be backwards for you guys, but the first one says when he asks for something, but this fan blows. This, not this, or this, or this. And so he keeps on getting handed all of this all of this other stuff is just, it's so funny. It's so creative. I just love this one so much. So check out 210 Henrietta. Whoops, out of San Antonio, Texas. Oh, I just tapped on San
He just had
Antonio.
his house.
Yeah,
He just
that's
had his
where we are,
house.
San Antonio.
You'll rewind.
And yeah, so we are going to collect your information, get that to Hunter Industrial so they can ship out your fans. So here's what we need from you, and I'll reach out to both of you personally. So D6 Spanky on Instagram and 210 Henrietta on Instagram. We need you to let us know at therealshotmom@gmail.com. We want to know what is your mailing address. We also need your phone number just for tracking and shipping purposes. We will not call you or bother you, don't worry. But I mean, even if you did, would it really matter?
You get fans. You get fans. It won't be sold. They're not. It's just to get you the fans.
Just to get you shipping information. So that is all. And wait a second. Do we have a special guest coming in to say bye?
Come in.
Come on, we need to say bye. Say we have a special guest.
We're ending, and we have.
Okay, so maybe we'll end with a special guest. Is she? Oh,
We'll
will you
wave.
give us a wave?
Let's see.
Right here. Right here. So yeah, so come over here and
I
the
know.
phone is over
I
here.
know that you're not used to a TV or
I know,
screen.
you're not?
Oh, how funny.
Am I on?
You're on. Hello.
Am I live?
You're as live as you can get.
I'm live?
You're live.
Like to the world?
Yes.
Hello. That's
What am I supposed to do?
No, nothing. Just say hi. Actually,
Hi.
say bye. We're leaving.
I don't know how to do this.
No,
You're
that's
not.
okay.
You're not.
Wait,
This is the first time on
wait,
TV.
She's
So be.
fucking with us right now.
Faye,
Yes.
before she says bye, we
Oh.
want her to say a special hello to Liliana,
Oh.
your biggest
She
fan.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, a granddaughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
a special
Hi.
hello
Or-
to Liliana.
Hello.
Liliana.
So that's why we were almost late today. It's because we were hanging out with special friends. So
Oh, we made it. It's all
yeah,
good.
we made it. It's all
This
good.
is fine. So you didn't
I
expect
found the
that.
bathroom.
She found it.
She left for the bathroom is now.
Hell yeah! Oh my gosh, everyone is like so stoked to see you. So, anyways, on that special ending, we will see you all. We don't know. We'll announce it. Just
Well,
follow
you'll
us.
have to now come back to announce where we'll.
Yeah.
You know.
Congratulations to our winners. Thank you for being here,
Mhm.
and peace.
Peace and assembly grease.
Grease.
Bye.